Welcome, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Journeys in the Stolen Lands, and we are headed to the Valley of the Dead. Need to take Jaethal out there and help her with her quest. Let's swap somebody out here for her. I got her leveled up. She's only like maybe level 7, I think, so she's pretty far below the rest of our party, but I think for this particular encounter, we should be okay. I'm not sure what happens with some of the, I guess it would be like later portions of the companion quests, if there are some that it's going to get to where we've got fighting to do with them, where we're going to really wish that we had them at our level. We've been using we only level up when only the people in our party at the time when we get the XP. So people like her that are not usually in our party are not getting as much XP. We've got the projects we can do in the kingdom management to get people leveled up a bit, so we can do those if we need to. All right, we'll camp before we go in here to the Valley of the Dead. All right, here's Tanika. The woman seems incredibly old and haggard. It's hard to believe she can move at all, let alone reach such wild places. But her dark eyes burn with a cold flame. Why do you disturb a poor pilgrim? I live, perhaps my final days. She suddenly trails off upon casting her eyes upon Jaethal. Has Urgathoa heard my pleas? I've been waiting for so long. Jaethal does not seem pleased. She looks upon the old woman's pale and wrinkled face, barely concealing her disgust. You may call me Jaethal. You guessed correctly, we serve the same goddess. In case you are unaware, a servant of Pharasma is chasing you. We could help you, but first I would know who you are, and how you might prove yourself useful. The woman nods lifelessly. I'm not surprised. The servants of Pharasma have chased me for nearly 40 years. My name is Tanika. What do you want to know? Who are you, and what do you want from us? This cannot be explained in one breath. Long ago, I was a powerful priestess of Urgathoa, the leader of a secret coven. I had everything: power, beauty, wealth, admirers ready to sacrifice their lives for me. I possessed the secret of Urgathoa's ritual, which grants the power to overcome death and old age. It demands the lifeblood of relatives as a payment, but what of that? I had given birth to 2 adorable daughters and raised them in anticipation of the day when their youth and beauty would become mine. But I was naive and overconfident of my power. I met an enemy who destroyed me and all my hopes of a second youth. But why would you care about the grief of a dying old woman? I still know the secret of the ritual, and I can share it with you, O beautiful Jaethal. The ritual will grant you immense power. You can even become a living being again if that is your wish. All I ask in return is that you prolong my life. Raise me as undead. The other roads to eternity are closed to me, and I do not wish to die. Jaethal, this offer sounds tempting. What do you say, Cain? Wait, tell me more about what happened to you. Tanika takes a deep breath. My ritual, it demands the victim be properly prepared. Some time ago, I took my daughters to the Coven's underground hall and lulled them into a magical sleep that was to last many months. However, I did not consider that the father of one of the girls, also an adept of Urgathoa, would put the life of his child above his passion for me, and all that we believed in and lived for. The fool secretly went to beg for help, and where? The Temple of Pharasma, no less. The Lady of Graves is not highly revered in our country. Only 2 old priestesses lived at her temple, but when they learned that a secret coven of Urgathoa operated in the city, they called their inquisitor for help. I remember him clearly, so young, so proud, a half-elf of rare beauty, thick brown hair and a gaze that burned with the certainty that he was his goddess's favorite weapon. He broke into the hall while I was preparing the ritual. We fought, the coven of Urgathoa against the Pharasma's inquisitor and his 2 companions. Everyone died that evening, except the 2 of us. But no matter how self-confident the young inquisitor was, he could not defeat me. I remember the moment he realized it. I read it on his face, when he lost his confidence for the first time. But then, he rushed to my daughters, still lying in slumber, and killed both in an instant. Then he turned to me and said, "No way out." And that was that. Were his mocking words a curse or just a guess? I do not know, but they bore the fruit of truth. No way out. My coven died and my secrets were revealed. I had to flee to hide from the Pharasmites in the backwoods down the rat hole, denying myself my usual luxuries. Without my daughters, I could no longer prolong my life and youth. Year after year I tried in vain to conceive a child. Year passed after year in desperate attempts, flights, and hardship. My beauty and strength melted away and I became a miserable, exhausted old woman. Jaethal's gift is now my only hope of escape from death. You want Jaethal to kill you and raise you as undead, and in return you offer her the secret of a ritual? I do not think killing me is necessary. Only the pathetic remnants of my former strength support my body. I need only loosen my grip and my end will come swiftly. Yes, in exchange I offer a priceless secret. It can be used in many ways to grant new powers or even a new life. What do you know about Jaethal? Why are you seeking her help? How could I not recognize the one chosen by the goddess? Her power in you shines like the full moon on a black velvet sky. I know that she can do many things, including sharing her gift with others. What are you doing in the Valley of the Dead? I came here, sensing the awakening of an ancient and powerful undead creature, hoping perhaps I could somehow scoop up a handful of his incredible power, turn myself undead and slip away from death, but it seems that I'm too late. Tanika whispers and lowers her head. Alright, let's talk about some other time. Farewell. No, just kidding. I guess we've made a decision. I'm listening. Despite her detached composure, the undead elf looks at you with tension in her eyes. She lowers her voice to a whisper. We might accept this offer, then change the agreement after I possess the secret of the ritual. It's a bargain. It matters not whether the ritual is bloody. Tanika looks at you with insane hope in her eyes. Then, with a trembling hand, she pulls a large scroll from somewhere under the rocks and hands it to Jaethal. I almost did not expect. I yearn to know that I have endless years ahead instead of an imminent end. Give me this chance, sister, and to be blessed by our goddess. Tanika's eyes slowly fade as her life force leaves her decrepit body. A moment later, the woman falls heavily to the ground, dead. Jaethal looks at the corpse with disgust. Now I propose we leave this carrion to the ravens. This pathetic, weak, ugly creature was unworthy of Urgathoa, and even more unworthy of her gift of unlife. We made a deal, Jaethal. Whether you like it or not, his conditions must be fulfilled. I cannot disobey one who holds so much power in his hands, even if I'm disgusted with what needs to be done. And she's back up. Okay. Who is this? Oh, Ennio. Okay. The false merchant Ennio walks toward you with an easy gait. His calm friendliness has disappeared like a mask fallen from his face. His clothes are decorated with the easily distinguishable symbol of Pharasma. I hope you've settled all your affairs with the poor old exile. It was an interesting show to watch. The undead priestess tightens like a predator, preparing to strike. You, so many years later, and you come to me again? Why are you here? Why stand once more between me and immortality? Time to explain yourself, Ennio. I don't have much to add. Beyond what I'm sure you already know, I am the Inquisitor of Pharasma, and for almost 40 years I've hunted the undead and cultists of Urgathoa for the glory of the Lady of Graves. I destroyed Tanika's coven. I tracked Jaethal into the wasteland and killed her, only to find that her hideous deity returned her to life. To put an end to that, I made use of a company of naive young elves from a camp near the Thorn River. Jaethal, what a stunning frankness. Jaethal smiles lightly, almost affectionately. Did you imagine, Half-Blood, that those youngsters could handle me and the king? Do not be so naive, Inquisitor. I held no hope that the young elves would kill either you or your defender. No, I wanted you, rather, to kill them, and I did all I could to inform their relatives in Kyanin of the horrible violence you perpetrated. Retribution will follow sooner or later. One lonely warrior of Pharasma may fail, but 3 elven clans We'll find a way to exact their revenge. There's no way out, Jaethal. Not for you. Why did you kill Tanika's daughters? They were necessary for her disgusting ritual, and their death was my only chance to prevent it. Do not forget who I serve. Their honest deaths and their soul's journey to Pharasma's judgment was a far better fate than their mother had prepared for them. Did you track down Jaethal right after her expulsion from Kyanin? Immediately after the trial. I was born in Kyanin and often visited. It is uncommon for high society ladies to perform ritual murders for the glory of the Dark Goddess, so the news quickly reached my native Greengold, and soon came to me. When later the elves sentenced her to exile rather than the usual life imprisonment, well, how could I stay away? That's all well and good, but why do you come here now? I wanted to talk to you, King. My hunt for Jaethal is the greatest work of my life. She is the living example of the hideous essence of the cult of Urgathoa, the distortion of the world order and the triumph of the evil intentions of her vile deity. Even if I die today, this story will end the way I intended. But you can still change your own role in it, Cain. Jaethal, you've been playing games for too long, Zealot. Ennio allows himself to smile for the first time. I've heard this so many times, even among the priests of Pharasma. There are many who think my faith is insane, and my methods cruel and excessive, but that is the fate of the Inquisitor. Loneliness. Jaethal has served me well. I cannot allow you to kill her. Well, I shall risk immortality for your death, Pharasmite. Everything will proceed as I have planned, with or without me. And here we go. Throwing down Ennio, level 10 Inquisitor. Alright, let's send Leopard back here, back line. Oh, we got guys coming behind us too. Okay, Jaethal can get in there with her scythe.
Unworthy.
We did, I gave her the outflank feat since some of the, actually she could take it regardless, but some of the rest of our team has that. We've got such a group here, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but try to focus everybody's attention here on Ennio. Get Cain in here and get Rage on, and he should do some serious damage. He's almost dead. Okay. See if Jaethal can take him down. Oh, not quite. One more big fireball here should do some pretty good work. Alright, Ennio's dead. Let's see, Bruin. I think we're good to go here. Let's just real time it. Finish these off. Ennio is just a pile of blood here, so I don't think we're going to hear any more from him. And that's it. Tanika got like enlarged person on her. Okay. And I really would like to read that before it disappears. Okay. The story ended with an incredible duel between the Inquisitor of Pharasma and the Inquisitor of Urgathoa. The king had to choose a side in this epic confrontation and came out victorious, as always. Jaethal received the secret of an evil ritual. And that completes our current list of companion quests. Always nice to cross things off our list. So, I think we are good then to head back home. What's this perception check here?
Completed.
Tracks in the dirt. Numerous people on foot passed through the gate into the valley beyond not long ago. Well, that's not where we're headed now. We're headed home. And we will meet back up there. While we're out here in the east, before we head back to Tuskdale, since we've got a few days before the end of the month, it's not going to be an ideal time for doing any like rank ups or anything in kingdom management. So while we're out here, I'm going to check out a couple areas here that we haven't explored yet. We're gonna head to this little sullen source, and then depending on what happens there, then maybe head up here to this unfinished clearing. Check these out while we have a little bit of extra time here. So we had a new location pop up here, Ghost Stone. So we'll check that out. All right, Ghost Stone. You hear a strange, faint humming noise. That was a little more than faint, like a swarm of locusts in the distance. Then suddenly the noise rises to a painful shrieking in your ears. Suddenly you find you can make out words in the din. The words are disjointed and hard to make out, but someone is clearly trying to speak to you. Help? Yes? Who are you, or what are you? Traveler, way home, friend, jester, jest, escape. Trap, pain, wound, blood, powerlessness, blood, cold, heat, darkness, darkness, darkness. Light, predators, attack, run, loss. Drawing upon your arcane knowledge, you discern that the strange being, whatever it may be, has stumbled into a trap, which turned out to be a portal and was injured. You are not sure what the predators are it mentioned, but they must have attacked the creature while it was on this side of the portal. Wish, home. Who sent you here, and why? Friend, jester, fae. What do you want? Stone, predators, multitude, powerlessness, help, defense, cleanup, path, home. You are able to piece the jumbled words together with some difficulty. Near as you can tell, the stranger is asking you to get rid of the mysterious predators that drove it away from the stone. Rescue, predators, banishment, death, reward, presence. Where is the stone you speak of? Straight hill top. I'll see what I can do. I'll go there now and take care of the predators. Home, wish, gratitude, presence. Okay. Let's see what we got up here. Goblin Horse Reaper. Goblin is staring at you, grasping his weapon tightly. His wide face is covered in mud, while grass and twigs can be seen poking from behind his ears. The goblin steps back a bit and brandishes his weapon, but half-heartedly. He doesn't seem eager to fight. In a heartbeat, you realize the goblin is not alone on the hill. Others, many others, all smeared in clay and disguised with grass and moss, are lying motionless on the slope. Strangely, they don't attack. They are doing their best to remain still and blend in with the grass. Get out of my sight. Go on, run, or I'll cut you down. The goblin shrivels, presses his ears down, and starts to back away from you, only to leap even further away and tumble all the way down the hill, shrieking curses. Okay, we took care of them. Here's the stone. Zamas. Help, path, home, joy, friend. So just, he was troubled by that group of goblins? By the gods, what are you? Traveler, passerby, lost, wandering. What is your name? The creature emits a series of sharp clicks that vary in pitch. Most likely this is its name, but you would be hard-pressed to repeat it. So you were the one the goblins were after? Predators, murder, fear, hide and seek. You are limping. Are you hurt? Agreement, pain, enemy, run, loss. Where have you come from to our world? The creature in front of you is silent for a few moments, then speaks. Multitude, fae, primeval. I have helped you. Where is my reward? The strange creature in front of you points at the bushes it emerged from. Bag, items, multitude. Alright, I hope you find a way back. Farewell. So we got a couple hundred gold for that. Shambleless mushroom. They made it sound like there was something down here for us. The stone's surface is covered in mysterious writing, but what interests you more is the stone isn't a stone at all, but a sealed portal from the looks of it. Okay. Gave us 200 gold, so maybe that's the reward. Thanks a lot. There we go. Some supplies, torn book, a bit of gold. Oh, and a lore nature. The corpse looks as if it was beaten to death with clubs and hammers. It has a number of broken bones and bruises, mostly on the shins and knees. All right then.
Without a doubt.
That was Ghost Stone. We will continue on our original path to get to Little Sullen Source. Here we go. So we have kind of a dungeon area here. I hear things in the distance. Kind of make my spine shiver. Nice. Lightning bolt trap. We got somebody casting spells up here.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
But we got a group of axiomites. Let's try our big fireball on them. Oh, it didn't do anything. Is because they're still in the middle of being summoned. Oh, that was a giant waste. Wow, Bruin just got disintegrated. Literally. And they're working on doing that to the rest of us. Jeez. Some protection from electricity would have been helpful there. Should have thought of that. Insane wizard. Well, we could actually maybe, I wonder if banishment, we could get rid of all these summons. Oh, come on. There. We got one of them. I'm kind of concerned here now. We don't have Bruin for healing. We could be in a bit of trouble here. If we don't kill these things quickly. We could get Kane right in there to the wizard.
Made your choice.
We probably only need to take him out, actually. Alright, we got him stunned and tripped. We're just gonna have... It's like we stunned some of these summons too. Got one lightning bolt from him. So now we just need to take out this wizard and we should be good. Just about.
Let the attack come.
There we go. Okay. Well, Bruin suffered a crippling injury. The rest of us are okay. Alright, looks like that's it for here. So the only other place I wanted to check out, we'll see if anything else pops up on the map on the way, but it was that unfinished clearing up by Varnhold. We've got a resource we could pick up here on the way. Probably actually going to want to stop. We'll have to camp. We could probably make it Silvershire. Okay, we made our way to the unfinished clearing. We'll see what we've got here.
Success.
We've got a pile of bones, an entrance into a cave. Let's check the rest of this side. Looks like nothing of interest. Alpha Warg from Dunsword Pack. Okay, so we've got
I can see
wargs here to deal with. Alright, we're going to take down these last two wargs here. We have not met Dunsword yet, so we may have more here. We'll see. Let's inch our way in here while we still have some of our buffs on us.
Focus on the goal.
Really? That's it? Okay. We found a cloak and a punching dagger. Enchanter's Cape. +1 bonus to enchantment school spells DC. Alright, I guess that's it. Okay, we're close to the end of the month, so we're going to head back here to Silvershire and then portal back home, and by then we're going to be around the 28th, 29th of the month. I did have a couple things pop up on the Kingdom Management. We've got 2 advisors that want to meet with us, and we just had something new here pop up as well. So from here, we'll teleport back to Tuskdale. I think it was Storyteller and Bartholomew that wanted to talk to us. Your Highness, my calculations show that we haven't spent all the money we've allocated for cultural development. I have 3 projects, on one of which we could spend the surplus. First of all, we can send forth our outstanding violin player who wishes to tour the River Kingdoms. Second, there is the provincial teacher collecting the legends, beliefs, and traditions of your subjects. As a third option, we can order a series of etchings depicting your army's feats and campaigns. It's an easy guess, Your Highness, that I suggest you pay attention to the folk wisdom collector. I myself am working on preserving tales from the ancient times. He's working hard on preserving modern-day tales for our descendants. The one can't do without the other, and both complement each other nicely. Alright, fine, if that's what you want. Get some community loyalty and culture. It's our duty to preserve the culture and traditions of the stolen lands. We'll support the provincial teacher. I think that's what he wants, isn't it? Yeah. Very wise, Your Highness. Alright, so that means he's going to be ready to rank up. And then we've got Bartholomew here. An important issue requires your attention. Seven Arches wants to bring their ships into the harbor of Novoboro, a key point along Kyanan River trade route. They claim that their only goal is fighting piracy, but in fact they'll be searching all ships for dwarven wares. The smart captains will pay duties to Seven Arches, the fools will be declared pirates. At present, all the wares from the Five Kings Mountains that we receive arrive here via the elves, at the prices they set. Kyanan asks for our help in this trade war, and Seven Arches also offers its cooperation. I think we should make an agreement with Seven Arches, though it would be tempting to beat them both to the punch, and set up our own customs office in Novoboro and take all the profit ourselves. Okay, so we can get Relations and Divine if we help Seven Arches. Relations and Arcane for Kyanan. Bring in troops, lose relations, and get a little bit of BP. Buy the wares from those who bring them. Get community loyalty, stability, and BP. Guess with this, we kind of get an ally. Our Relations and Divine both probably need the help. And since that's his recommendation, fine, we'll go with it. Great, it's time for Kyanan to know their egoistic politics is over. There are several new, strong players in the River Kingdoms, like you, Your Highness. Okay, we got to save there. We're going to jump in to the kingdom table and see what we can move forward here. All right, currently all of our advisors are busy. So we can't start anything new. We've got some people close to finishing up. We're nearing the end of the month, so we're going to do just a little bit of fast forwarding here. Okay, our counselor is ready to talk to us. We'll go take care of that. Your advisor has arrived to report about the recent loyalty developments in your kingdom. And since he is a mercenary, he doesn't have an opinion about it or any options for us. Unfortunately, we lost some stability. I don't have anybody else to put into that slot now since we lost Tristan. I thought that, I can't remember her name. There was a woman that we tracked down to the, that like Hunter's Lodge south in the south. She was like part of some cult or another religion, and I thought we tried to make nice with her, and I think she was a potential counselor, but I guess I botched that somehow because she doesn't appear to be around anymore. We can rank up counselor. What's this one? We could put him on that. But here before the end of the month. 70% chance. We might as well go for that. Then we can skip another couple of days. We don't... Let's see. Yeah, we still don't have anybody for any of these since we were doing that one. One more day here for the month. All right. First of Lamashan. A failure with the freedom at any cost. And triumph with the law of the pike. Got a bunch of stability for that. All right. Both of them just have a day left. We just freed up somebody. Alright, we've got 3 people here with 1 day left on event, so we'll skip 1 more day. Success with the walls have ears. Got some economy there. Failure with flight from a god. Opportunity and success with forest for the elves. Alright, so we've got some people freed up here and nobody that's really about to finish anything. So it's perfect time here to do some rank ups, or a rank up at least. Let's see. We could do the... Arcane would be good. That's not an option yet, I think. Magister. We need Octavia for that. Espionage, Jaethal. She free? No. Alright, we're going to go ahead and rank up community. Here, Valerie is free. I wish there was a way to get this 14 days down on these. Just so much time to blow by. It always leaves us here where like we can basically do 1 of those a month, feels like. Because now, if we start one up, we potentially fail a bunch of things. Failure with artist freedoms. Triumph with redemption. That's the one, I'm glad we did that. Got some loyalty, community, economy. Failure with the test of steel. Regent wants to talk. Alright, we can put Jaethal on this. Defender of the forest. Druid fanatic and defender of the forest has appeared in the kingdom. He sets wild animals to attack woodcutters, grows forests over the roads, and destroys sawmills. His actions are damaging the local communities, and those who express outrage have only suffered his wrath. He must be stopped or the lands will soon turn into a dense forest. 20%. Said I was going to start using these. Guess we'll use 1 there. The regent wants to talk to us, and another problem here. I want to pay attention. I think we're wanting to rank him up. We put Canera on this. Many of Brevoy's patriots dislike the fact that these lands have become an independent state. They're spreading rumors and advocating against the king. They insist that these lands are governed by a criminal whose regime must be overthrown, and whose lands should be reclaimed by Brevoy. These statements are undermining the kingdom's legitimacy, casting it as a criminal domain. Alright, we'll use another crisis point there as well. And then let's go... We actually may be okay. Let's go talk to the regent, and then we might be able to actually do another rank up and not turn over the month. I'd like to ask you for advice, Kane. 2 clans from the swamps are arguing over a meadow. Solid, fertile ground is very valuable in the marshes, especially when you have so many mouths to feed. The clan elders decided to determine the owner by a long-standing tradition. Here's the essence of it. 10 armed men from each clan will face each other in the meadow. The first clan to lose all its fighters relinquishes its claim to the land. It's a cruel tradition, but they've been following it for many generations. Even if we prohibit the tradition, it'll only make them angrier, and they'll seek to settle their scores by other means. Their way of life shouldn't be disturbed. Alright, let them fight, according to their tradition. Trying to cancel a centuries-old tradition by a decree would be like trying to empty their swamp with a bucket. It'll be many years before they're prepared to change their ways. Okay. Balkan's here. Acid oil. Okay. Alright, I'm going to put a save in here, and then I think we can jump back in there and do another rank up. Just in time to finish it up before the end of the month. Alright, we've got a few things to start up here before we do a rank up. We're going to do this easier upgrades. Region claims and upgrades 25% less. I feel like we already did this, though, didn't we? I guess if we did, that would show up here, wouldn't it? I don't see anything up there for that, so I bought a little BP here, so we got some things to start up. We're going to do this project, and then Got this Protectors of the Land, +1 morale bonus to armor class and saving throws while fighting in claimed regions. Do that. And then scouting the northern regions. We'll send Ragongar to do that. And then while all that is happening, we will rank up our culture. Watch this. Okay, we just barely made it before the end of the month. Nice. Gets culture up to rank 4. Failure with the former friends. Failure with that. So there's... Man. It feels like there's 2 crisis points wasted. I feel like I shouldn't spend the crisis points unless we're going to make it like pretty much guaranteed. Otherwise, we're just throwing them away. Finish that. Okay, now we have the Hero's Reward. One of the army's commanders, a member of a respected local family, has performed an outstanding feat. The heroine deserves a reward, but it mustn't cause argument or envy. Valerie's on that one. Man. I know I don't want to be failing these, but 40% versus 65. Guess we go with that. I need to keep a reserve here of these though. And then Truth of the Blade. Famous local priest of Caden is urging our subjects to settle their disputes through duels rather than court. Our youth are zealously following the dwarf's teachings. Justice and order in the region are under threat, and it's time to intervene. Jaethal's on that. 61. We're not going to use a crisis point there. Drink till you drop. The holiday for Caden and Kayleen will soon be upon us. Hundreds of inebriated townspeople will flood the streets to fight, take part in questionable adventures, and generally have a rollicking good time. Appropriate measures should be taken in advance, or there won't be a wall left standing in the whole region. Keston's on that. 40. We're going to leave it at that. Unfortunately, Ragongar's busy, and he's the only one that can do this military unrest. So that's going to be a failure. I'm going to jump out, check on our journal, just make sure nothing new is happening here in the throne room. Okay, nothing new happened out here. I did put a new save in, so we have that as a possible place to jump back to. And we're, again, 1 day to the end of the month, and a couple people close to finishing up some stuff. So we're going to skip a day. Oh, okay. Success. Oh, we just scouted the northern regions. And success in research into the nature of curses Vorticai. And scouting the northern regions. All right. One more day then, and the month is going to tick over. We could go ahead and put Canera on this. Dree Stinvag's miners. A group of dwarven miners offer to increase the output of mines throughout the whole kingdom. +1 BP per week. We'll go ahead and do that. And do we have a scout now for the central regions? We do. Oh, wait. Ragongar is actually available now for this problem. Perfect. We might still fail. 35%. All right, let's get that to 61. Soldiers complaining about their abusive commanders. In their defense, the commanders insist that their current training methods are best for turning youngsters into true warriors. The general must restore order within the ranks of the kingdom's defenders. All right, let's go. Okay. Skip 1 day. And we're into Neth. No new events popped up yet there, so we can go ahead and... Do we have a rank up we can do? Counselor, we could do. Or Magister. This would probably... Yeah, Arcane. Start it up. Okay, that's that project we just did. Set up the miner camp. Arcane's up to rank 2. Failure with the drink till you drop. Success with the military unrest. Good. Made that crisis point worth it. And triumph with the truth of the blade. Success with the hero's reward. I like it. I like to see green. Finished that. Finished the study of the ever-blooming flower. We found no evidence that the ever-blooming flower came into being as the result of a curse. However, we do know that the mysterious woman who created the flower was herself cursed, and that this curse demanded that she make ruins of kingdoms. Perhaps the flower was not the direct result of curse, but an instrument designed to fulfill its demands. As for the flower itself, it is a most exceptional species. It comes from the first world and is infused with magic. Thanks to this research, it is now possible to cultivate plants from the first world in the exotic garden. We have acquired a deeper understanding of the nature of curses. The exotic garden, is that something we can build? Interesting. Finished this. Region claims and upgrades 25% less. Did that show up here now? I feel like we had already done that, but it didn't show anything up here. Guess we'll find out. Those things should be pretty cheap now. So we've got a couple of visitors in our throne room. Go out and see who's here. Octavia. A messenger from a distant village has arrived. Something strange is happening there. It would appear that some wizard is fooling around. The locals have never met any wizards, but one of them found a strange charm from the swamps not long ago. He showed it to the whole village and bragged of his luck. The lucky fellow now completely refuses to allow anyone to examine the charm, so no one has been able to discover if it is the reason behind the disorder in the village. He is within his rights, he found it, and it's his property. Besides, the magical interference so far has been harmless. No one has yet been hurt. Octavia taps on her chin thoughtfully. I think the locals are simply scared and nothing more. Let's not make something out of nothing and leave the charm to the person who found it. Otherwise, we'll set an example for other squealers and be buried under an avalanche of anonymous letters. It's only one little trinket. What's the worst that could happen? At least we can buy it. Lose a little arcane and get some loyalty. Seize it. Lose loyalty, get arcane. Alright, just leave it with him. Hooray, a fine decision. Cool. So it looks like we could actually rank her up again maybe right away. Might not be a bad idea. Alright. Another save, and we're back into the kingdom table. Okay, we have several problems to get going here. Keston is on court intrigue. Treasurer from one of the neighboring countries has entered the borders of the kingdom on his way home from a business trip. Yesterday, a letter arrived at the castle in which the country's counselor asks that his colleague be made to disappear, with the evidence pointing towards bandits. We're going to use a crisis point on that one. And then, visitors from another world. Peasants are terrified. A local mage is conducting dangerous experiments, during which he is summoning beasts and monsters from other planes. The growing discontent threatens to turn into a riot. Storyteller is on that. And Lastwall's cavalry. A light-fingered administrator in Lastwall is prepared to sell a herd of excellent war horses, but not through official channels. Can the minister make such a deal? We'll use a crisis point there. And competition. A shooting and close combat contest will soon take place in the capital. Skillfully announced, the festival would attract visitors and bring fame to the kingdom. The festival might even compete with the Rushlight tournament. Who knows? Ragongar is on that opportunity. And I believe we have to wait on this one. We should be able to get her on this before the end of the month. And let's see, Jod is available here, 0%. That gets it to 25. Wow. Man, I don't know if it's worth wasting the crisis point. We could be putting him on like research. We've got Defaced Sisters. Tartuk. The scythe tree. Let's do this one. It's short, only 50 BP. Oh, Jod can't do that one. Or that one. This one, okay, 275. That leaves, then we're going to rank up Arcane again. This should finish before the end of the month as well. Arcane is rank 3. Triumph with the Court Intrigue. Nice. Failure with the Cavalry. Failure with the Competition. Oh, come on. Okay, we have new problems here. The walls have ears. We've seen this one before. Daggermark Spies. We'll get Canera going on that one. Then Strategist. Wandering Master Strategist. Strategist promises to teach the art of war to local officers, provided they're smart enough to understand. Ragongar. Flight from a god. Large group of fugitive slaves from Razmaran approach the border. There are numerous craftsmen and artisans among them while they find safe refuge here. Bruins on that, it's 20%, but oh well. And then the intruder. Peasants captured an intruder who entered their village in the middle of the night. They charge him with being a Galton spy and are threatening to hang him. The captured half-elf claims that he's just an ordinary wanderer and he begs for mercy. Jaethal's on that. We're going to do this, strengthening the storyteller's skills as a magister. Wait, he's not our magister. He's our curator. So we don't want to waste that. We can scout the northern regions here with Keston. Okay, and we'll skip to the end of the month again here. All right, nothing new yet, and none of these are close to being done. Again, a quick step back out to the throne room. All right, we saved our game and we're jumping back in here. I did look and we have like 132 days before the next attack at Bald Hilltop, which makes me think the invitation to Pitax has got to be on its way. He's probably on a horse on its way to the capital. I feel like that's going to come before we get to the next Ancient Curse event. We've got a couple rank ups. We can do the Grand Diplomat, looks like, or the Regent. Are they both at rank 6? He's at rank 5. Alright, let's do this one. I have not looked at... We've got a region or two that could still be claimed. I should have been doing that. Triumph with the Intruder. Good. Failure with the Visitors from the another world. Disaster with Flight from a God. Always like the disasters with the opportunity. It would have been better just to not do it, wouldn't it? Success with the Walls Have Ears. And success with scouting North regions. Do we have a region claim to do? Yeah, we need to claim the Dire Gnarl Marches. Should have been doing that. That might need to be our next thing here. The Hell Knights. Law of the Pike again. Okay, geez, is this just gonna be never ending? We really made a mistake, I think. That quest. We'll put him on that. So the question is rank up versus add the region. I feel like we probably need to get the region. It's only 7 days, but that's still... Maybe we need to... I think we need to do that and maybe take a break from the rank ups. We'll have some time here then at the end of the month. We could actually go explore the Dire Gnarl Marches and pick up resources and stuff over there. So 120 BP for this. 7 days. Let me check if there's anything else we should be doing at the same time. Yeah, let's scout central regions. Oh, we also have Octavia available for research now also. Let's have her do this one. Scythe Tree. And we can put Canera on selling a soul jar. Oh, we need... okay. Do we want to scout? Or let's take Keston off the scouting. Guess I can't do that here. I already spent the BP on that, didn't I? Shoot. I wonder if we get a refund on it. Okay. Okay. Claim the dire gnarl marches. Good. Okay. Got that added. Another disaster with an opportunity. I wonder if it's just better just to not even do those if we're such at a low percentage. All right, new problems and opportunities here. Forgotten knowledge. We'll use it. I'm using the crisis points, I guess. I guess it's time to start using them. And then the competition again. Really don't want to spend a crisis point on that. We'll see if 1 in 3 is good enough. The Wrath of the Forest. It's only 20%. All right. And like livestock. That's an opportunity. We'll leave that at 35. All right. So we could spend some money to restore the Silver Shield Fortress. Keston is available. I guess we'll go ahead and do that. All right. So everybody's busy now, I believe. We've got some time here now. We've got it like a week before the end of the month. So this will be a good time to go scout out the dire gnarl marches and pick up resources, visit some of the locations that pop up. All right, we made it through a lot of kingdom management. We took care of Jaethal's quest, and then we spent a lot of time here at the table getting stuff done. Feels good. It also feels like, man, some of our percentages to complete those opportunities and problems is just getting so low. I hope we can make it through what's to come. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.